Hola mi gente, bienvenidos a mi canal. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre dos herramientas muy útiles para mejorar tu español, sobre todo tu habilidad de lectura. Estas herramientas se llaman Random Spanish, Bilingualism y la idea de los Dual Language Books. Si estás listo para mejorar tu español y tu habilidad de leer, este es el video para ti. Vámonos. Right. So I want to talk about first, the idea of random Spanish. So the reason I like these random Spanish books is because they are just simple sentences, right? This has a couple of benefits. One, makes learning vocab easier. One, because it's just simpler sentences. So you can pick out, oh, I don't know this word. I'm going to write it down with this definition, come up with a couple sentences, right? And also because it has the words right underneath them, right? So if you don't know a word, you can always go down to it. Another reason I really like these books is they indicate the difference between the informal versus formal, the tú versus usted manner of speaking when asking questions, right? It's going to give you a bunch of different common words. It uses spaced repetition, so you'll see the same word every few sentences, right? And it's also going to say the difference between, let me see if I can find an example, between masculine and feminine, as well as the difference between informal versus formal. So it might show you the difference between the el conjugation versus the ella conjugation, specifically with like the adjectives, right? Yo estoy cansado if I'm a boy, yo estoy cansada if I'm a girl. And the next tool I want to talk about is the idea of dual language books. These books are in Arabic, so hang with me here. But this is one of the tools that I use currently to improve my reading in Arabic, right? And so the easiest way to do it is to have it set up just like I have here, where you have Spanish on one side and you have English on the other, right? Then you can sit there and read the Spanish. And as you come across a word you don't know, you look over at the English, find it, and you can kind of continue on, right? One of the reasons I really like these books is generally they have, again, that idea of spaced repetition. You're going to see the same words multiple times, so you're going to get a chance to practice and remember them, right? I also suggest when you use this tool, even if it's set up like this, you try and get through the entire paragraph before going back and touching on the words you don't know. Right? Try and understand as much of it as you can, and then go back and fill in the holes, right? The other way you can do this is just to simply have the text in, for example, Arabic, or read it in Arabic. Force yourself, instead of having the option to look over at the English, force yourself to understand what you can in Spanish, and then you can scroll up to the last page, and you can read and just be like, okay, I missed that word. I didn't know what that said, and so on and so forth, right? And then once you get to a very good level, you can even use these tools just to read the story. And then the one or two words that you don't know, you can go back and check it out and make sure you know what it's saying, how you can learn it, right? And anytime you come across a word you don't know, I highly suggest you don't just sit there and try and remember, okay, oso is bear, oso is bear, oso is bear. No, that's a terrible idea. Take that word oso, draw a bear next to it, put the word of bear, put 3 sentences that are real life things that you might say. The bear climbs the tree, the bear eats the reindeer, the bear eats the salmon, whatever it may be, right? By putting it into sentences, you're going to give yourself more to latch onto. You're going to give yourself more to help you jog your memory. If you forget the word later on, you're going to be able to pair the word of also with the picture of the bear, right? And it's just going to make the process of a recall. And that's one thing to keep in mind, is that recognizing the word is very different from being able to recall the word. Recognizing the word might come after 2 or 3 times of just seeing it, and you read it, and you're like, I know what that means. But a recall is the ability to actually remember that word and then pull it back and use it in a conversation, which you can shortcut by writing sentences, practicing with the word more often, trying to come up with sentences just in your head, right? Which will practice in a less pressure situation of being able to recall and remember and use those words. Muchas gracias por ver este video. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Use the link in the comments and description down below to get access to my Vertins cheat sheet, learn more about classes, and also get access to 7 days of emails, which are going to help you to supercharge your Spanish learning and make more progress than you ever have before. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with us with a friend, and I'll see you in the next video.